Hi guys, it's Zach here. I'm gonna be doing some videos probably once a week. Um, but today on the video, I'm gonna talk about a near-infrared sauna and other integrative therapies that are out there that you can choose and do for your loved ones. If they I don't know, there's many different things out there. Um, Cancer, arthritis, things like that. Not emphysema. Anyways, there's many of different diseases and things that people get that are very debilitating. And so today we're going to talk about integrative therapies and how they're better for you than the traditional chemo medication that they administer in the hospitals, and that pharmaceuticals push to try to get results, but still it's about the money. It's not about the patient getting better. It's about the profit that they're making. But with integrative therapies and homeopathic, I think you'd have a better result per se with cancer, because it makes you feel better. It doesn't kill the good and bad cell. Yeah, it doesn't kill the good cells and bad cells. But there's a lot of homeopathic remedies out there that the Amish do, Native Americans use. Trying to think who else. There is just lots of different cultures that use the more primitive homeopathic ways to do things. I'll be right back. Okay, so as I was saying, integrative therapies and homeopathic remedies, there's lots of it out there, and I think if you do the right research, you can find pretty good remedies for, per se, cancer, like I was saying. What I'm doing right now, because I have Ewing sarcoma, as you guys probably know from previous videos that I have done. I think I talked about it in my first or second video, that I had a very harsh year of chemotherapy and 6 weeks of proton radiation. The proton radiation was okay. I did get some dry skin in the area of where they were shooting the beam, the radiation. and so that was a little bit of a problem. But I mean, if me personally, my opinion, I would never do chemo or proton radiation again, or any pharmaceutical drug. I mean, there are some good drugs out on the market there, from pharmaceuticals, but I just don't know how to say it. The only way I do is it's all for the money. It's not about the patient anymore. It's about the buck that they make, and that's the way it is these days. But I'm kind of getting off track here. So, as I said in the beginning of this video, I was going to talk about the near-infrared sauna. Me and my mom are looking into that, and we think that's going to be very beneficial for me, because of its healing properties and detoxification of the body. I think it will just be a great tool to have in the house. It is a one-person. It's not like a sauna that you would find at a tanning booth or something like that, or a regular sauna that you would find. I'm not really sure where else you'd find a sauna, but it's not one of those. It has incandescent red bulbs, which do not produce EMFs. And there is another type of sauna, which is not a near-infrared sauna, that does produce EMFs, which is the reason why we're going with the near-infrared sauna. And that's why we chose the near one, because it doesn't produce EMFs. And if you guys are wondering what EMFs are, you can search it on the internet, or I'll explain it a little bit later in the video. As I was saying, it's a one-person sauna, so one person can sit in there. It's like a triangle. You have the red incandescent bulbs, and it detoxifies your body, and you obviously sweat. We did go to a natural living center nearby, and the person that helped us with finding a product in the store was not very helpful, because she asked a really weird question, and my mom's been doing a lot of research on the near-infrared sauna lately, so she sort of knows more than the woman in the living center knew about the saunas. She barely knew anything about the far infrared sauna. I'll talk about that later in the video. And she didn't know anything about the near-infrared sauna. And she asked a really weird question: is it gonna fry his brain, which is me? And my mom said, no, it doesn't reach a high enough temperature where it could do that. But it does get to a good enough temperature where you break a good sweat. And that's where the detoxification part comes into place. That's when all the yuckiness comes out, and that's basically it. All the toxins that you've got. So like when we get it in the mail, it's like $500 to ship it from Washington State. But yeah, it's $500 to ship it. So I'll probably do a unboxing video, and yeah, I'll do an unboxing video later on in another video that I do. But I think it's for me when I get it. It's going to be very, very beneficial for me because the toxins that have been given to me, chemotherapy and all that crap, and is going to be sucked right out of me, so I won't have to worry about that. I think I'm going to be more healthy. I am healthy right now. It's because I'm doing homeopathic medicine, and obviously my color is back, my hair is back, things like that. My strength is back. I think that will just help more with my body's fight to fight back. And I hear that a lot of people out there are starting to do immunotherapy, which is using your body's own way to fight back. So it's using its own cells, and it's telling your body to fight the cancer, which is what you want. You don't want crap put in your body that's going to make you feel sick like an ass pig, and just basically put you down and depressed. And there's just been a lot of people that don't know. They don't research homeopathic medicine because they get brainwashed into thinking that chemo and radiation is the only way. And that's how doctors make their money. They brainwash you into thinking that that's the only way. It's like the pendulum swings only one way. So a lot of people don't research. They think, oh, this is going to be the way to do it. And they just I don't know, they just think that's the only way. But if you don't do research, you're not going to find good alternative homeopathic medicine. And that's how we found homeopathic medicine, was researching on the internet. We just researched nearby clinics that we didn't know about, and we went to see it, and she gave some supplements, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm taking a turmeric supplement. It's not just plain turmeric, but it's in a capsule. It's turmeric, green tea extract, and a bunch of other tincture extracts. Another one is from Norway. It's a bilberry, blueberry, and elderberry extract. That's in a capsule. And then I take L-glutamine powder. And there's something else. And the one thing that I still take from my oncologist is everolimus, which is a protein inhibitor, which inhibits the tumor from growing. So I think that the homeopathic medicine is healing me from the inside, and I think it's going to be very beneficial. I do think that the protein inhibitor from my oncologist from the cancer center, I think that will help work, but I'm not really putting all my faith into pharmaceuticals anymore. When we first went into this cancer journey 3 years ago, we didn't know anything about it because none of my family had cancer yet, and we just went into it blindfolded, I guess, and we just went along with what they said, and the doctors just said. We went to Boston, Massachusetts at Mass General Hospital, and they said, your son has cancer. He has a tennis ball size growth under his right arm by the scapula. It was attached to the bone. They said we need to remove it immediately. We need to do surgery. You need to have chemo immediately. We need to get this done quickly. But what people don't understand is once they're brainwashed, they don't understand that cancer takes a long time to develop. So when they say some diagnosis, it's too far gone, and they say you have stage 4, blah, 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 whatever, cancer, and it's too far gone, you have whatever, how many months to live. But I think if they take homeopathic medicine right away, I think they'll survive. I mean, if it's not too, there is some cases where it is too far-fetched and they can't really do anything but let you pass. But in a lot of cases, it's not too far gone, and if people don't research, they're not going to find that good homeopathic medicine that's out there, and a lot of things you can do to save yourself, I guess. I'm going to touch on chemo for a minute. I got certain drugs for chemo medicine. Mesna is a drug to protect the bladder. After that I would get first before my chemo treatments. And then some days I would get certain ones, some days I wouldn't get the certain ones. So Mesna, etoposide, ifosfamide, and the Red Devil, which is doxorubicin, which can have very harsh side effects. I can't have it anymore in my life because you can get heart failure, heart disease, and you can have a heart attack. So that's why you can only get it one time in your life. For that one time you have cancer. This is my second time that I have cancer. It's the same cancer, just moved to a different area of my body. It's in my right lung. It was under my right arm, attached to the scapula. I had about 90 to 95% of my scapula gone. They took the bone to sample it, and they took some lymph nodes out, so I can't feel the back of my arm. I had 26 stitches where the tumor was removed, and that was a very harsh surgery. I had epidural, I had a drainage tube for the blood, I had a catheter and a bunch of other stuff. I had just a lot of stitches, and I was just very lethargic. They gave me Ativan, Valium, stuff like that, and just to keep the pain down, I guess. And then that point, we started realizing Ativan and Valium is no good. So threw that shit out the window. Not literally, just a metaphor. But we started doing Benadryl instead of all that shit medicine that they give. But that was about a year ago, about 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. The 14th of this year, 2016, February 2016, which is this year. It was February 14th. It would have made a couple days ago. February 14th, it was 3 years that day. So 3 years that day. And people look at me and they say, "Oh, you're doing better." But on the inside, I'm not totally out of the woods, people. So people think, "Oh, it's gone." Cancer is not just a friggin' one-day thing. It's a long process. So you can't, it's not like a broken leg where you can just get it fixed and whatever, get a cast and brace and all that or whatever. not just like that. It's a long process, and in this case it came back not even a year later, and it wasn't my lung, and they said, we gotta do chemo right away, and blah blah blah. I did some clinical trials, wasn't working, wasn't getting bigger, it wasn't getting smaller, just stayed the same. And I want to show you my dog. If I can zoom in on her. Say hi, girl. And that's going to do it for today's vlog. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and look for my next video, probably next week. Thanks for watching, YouTubers, and have a great day.